Omniscient Reader, chapter 187. Last chapter. What was last chapter about? I know it was twofold. It focused a little bit on Dokshin, then it focused on HUIWON and Reinhardt. I think wasn't last chapter HUIWON like being like, this is paradise, and then Reinhardt coming out and being like, I still like, do you still want to take the captain's position for the guards? Do you still want that? And just her seeing like all of the demons and all of this stuff, and Reinhardt telling her things. I think that's what the last chapter was about, right? Terrible it's abysmal. It's horrible advertising. But I think that's what the last chapter was about. Now on the Doksha side, I'm not sure what the Doksha side was. I don't remember. Hold on. Let's skim through really quick. I don't remember what the Doksha side was. Full screen this. It was that's right. It was like the constellations being torn. Because yeah, this terrible thing is happening right now. But as a byproduct, paradise up on the surface exists. That's right, there was no Doksha in this chapter. That was 2 chapters ago I was thinking about. Okay. This was the conversation that Reinhardt was having, saying how the constellations are in their own game as well. Like they're current, and there's no end to this. Like it's never ending. There's always going to be madness, etc., etc. So yeah, let's hop in. 187. Constellations are just powerful beings who were born while partaking in a scenario. They're not gods. They're not almighty beings. No one has ever reached the end of the scenarios. This world is a never-ending hell. That's why I couldn't help but create this place called paradise. But paradise will fall if I don't do anything. The number of humans is decreasing while the demonic species are growing in number. We lack the resources for the upkeep of the land. You could keep this place going for the next 10 years since you were chosen by the Archangel. And someone who became a constellation like Doksha Kim could keep this land alive for the next 200 years at least. Do you think I'll say yes to something like that? With your help, we won't need to punish our people who have been charged with misdemeanors for a while. You could help save the lives of thousands, if not millions. That's the mother. Ah! 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 No! Why? No! The constellations of the absolute good alignment are looking at you. If my death could save millions of lives, that would be the just and righteous thing to do. But what about my life? What did my life even for? Whoa. Man, translation ruined the moment. What about my life? What did my life? What did my life even for? What are we trying to say here? If my death could save millions of lives, that would be the just and righteous thing to do. But what about my life? What did my life even for? There's a word missing. I don't know. You guys let me. I can't think. If I come back to it and think about it, I'll be able to figure out. But right now, I don't got nothing. What did I live my life? What did I live my life for? Something like that. Like, what did I even live, right? You're okay. Lock in. You're good with the sword, HUIWON. You're the most unforgiving among us when it comes to injustice, especially when it comes to those who abuse their power. You always put yourself in the front line of our battles. Almost, Barry. What's up? And you never once complained about things being difficult. These are the things I can tell about you. Because you kept participating in the scenarios. That is the very reason why I think we should keep participating or taking part, whichever word you want to use, in the scenarios. Dokcha must not have given up even when he knew the truth behind this scenario. I've killed many people. I may have been waiting for a chance to atone for myself. That's a way to look at it. Okay? But I made those choices because I wanted to keep living. I want to continue living. At the time. I need that. That's such a great panel. Not gonna lie, it's phone worthy. It is. Not gonna lie, that is phone worthy. If I do say so, alright, come on. I need you to save. Come on, be quicker. That's phone worthy. It is. It is. It's 187, 187, 187. Alright, let's get. Alright, let me continue. Even if a lot of people end up dying because of my choices, I'll just learn to live with that fact. I can't die here. The art's incredible. No, you really must die. Wow. You must become the nutrient that supports paradise. So it's like, if you're not gonna help keep this place alive by protecting it, then your life and you can become nutrients for it. Ooh. I do think I'll talk about it after I remember that point. Who's bursting through? HUIWON. Ah! Young Sang! Oh, damn. Oh, goodness. Damn. Come on, why did you have to go off on your own again? She needed this. She needed to do this. She needed to find the resolve. Is Gil Young wearing shoes? What's going on? What's happening? Where's the boy's shoes at? He's got on black tube socks. What's happening? Okay, he's got on sneakers. He's got on sneakers. All right. I like Young Sung's like partial armor. I like it. I do. He's got on sneakers. He's still got on black tube socks, but he's got on sneakers. Everyone. Ryan Height. It looks like I'll be able to obtain a lot of nutrients. That smile is, you know, that mask Is it like what is it called? The mask that has like the multiple emotions? Like that looks like that smile from that mask. I wonder if that's where it's derived from or the inspiration behind it. Chapter 32, episode 187, Doksha Kim's Love, part 5. Me and a few other constellations believe that you'll be able to reach Redacted. Okay, so her face is shocked. Did she hear it or did she have it beeped out too? What did he mean by what he just said? I don't know. You don't? Was what he said censored for you as well? It probably has something to do with the end of all the scenarios. That's why it must have been censored. That aside, what will you do about your fate? Seeing how a constellation from Olympus came to warn you in person, it really does seem dangerous. Didn't you get to hear anything in detail? Did he just say that you die? Well, Incarnation Doksha Kim, Incarnation Doksha Kim will be driven to death by the being he loves the most. That has to be stunned. Do you even have something like that? The being he loves the most must mean a person, right? You could say that I don't. Then shouldn't that fate be withdrawn? Why are you so happy? Or maybe you'll end up developing feelings for someone. Are you someone who falls in love easily at first sight? It's never happened before, but it's not completely impossible. Just a possibility, though. The fate was so powerful that the message was repeated 3 times. This is confusing. Will I end up falling in love with someone? We were thinking the same way whenever we had this revealed to us by Sangha. It's possible that it could mean something else. What? Fate isn't something that's supposed to be taken literally. Prophecies are never told in a straightforward manner where you can understand it right away. They're usually full of symbols and metaphors. Then that leaves me with 3 questions. All right, 3 questions. 1. There must be a reason why it referred to you as an incarnation. Right. Ooh, yeah, right. Okay. Incarnation? You're a constellation now. Then you could be considered already dead as an incarnation. Hey, that kind of makes sense. Same wavelength right now. We're in the same wavelength right now. Okay. You're indeed a writer. That's some good interpretation. 2. The expression being he loves the most could very well be a metaphor. We were on that wavelength already, man. All right, relax. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. And the 3rd question is the meaning behind the word death. We're just going to snap. We're just going to snap. It could not be referring to death in the literal sense. Then what? When do you think a person is considered dead? When their life comes to an end? When their heart stops and they no longer breathe? I've experienced it a few times. Now I understand why you read something like TWSA over and over again. Do you even read comics? There's a cliche line for times like these. That's funny. When does someone truly die? It's when they're erased from people's memories. But that's just in comics. It was just an example, idiot. It's the same in the Star Stream. This is a great point she's making. And to read the first line, it's like, yeah. A constellation dies when its existence is forgotten by all beings. It could be something akin to that. But why would people forget about me? Do they end up getting mass amnesia or something? Excuse me, forgive me. Maybe you'll be forgotten in a different sense. What else could what else could it mean? Sorry. Doksha Kim. The dead can't remember anything. Like, is she implying that everyone else is gonna die and he's gonna be the only one left alive? I seen blood. I scrolled down. I scrolled back up. I got scared. Excuse me. I seen blood. I scrolled back up. I saw blood. I got scared. Excuse me. All right. The dead can't remember anything. Could it be? Drip, drip, drip. Okay. All right. Okay. I was afraid we was about to turn back and everybody got off-screened. All right. They put in work. Should we head back? We'll be too late. It'll take us 3 days to get back. 3 days to get back where? Even if we go as fast as we can, it would take us more than a day. Oh, he's talking about. I was about to say, what are we talking about? That's Doksha and Soo-young talking. Okay. It will be fine. Right about now, someone in Dark Castle achieved transcendence for the first time in the scenario. Is that Shungyak? Someone achieved transcendence. What the hell does that mean? The strongest ally they could have asked for should be with them. Oh, Shungyak is here. What's that? You spooked? Who is it? We know who it is. It's about time he should start acting like the main character. Although he wouldn't know that I sent him there. You've hidden yourself very well. He's so cool. I hate him. He's so cool. But where is Doksha Kim? He's so cool. He's so cool. That's her. So is that what does transcendence mean? What does transcendence mean? You said it says the first person in the blah, 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 blah. What did it say? Someone in Dark Castle achieved transcendence for the first time in the scenario. What does transcendence mean? I'm assuming that transcendence is just busted. But what does that mean? Believe it'll be explained next chapter. Okay. He's so cool. He's so cool. All right. Oh, man. There was something I wanted to talk about in the middle of the chapter. I said I'd hold on to it. I forgot. It is gone. It is gone. Whatever I was going to bring up, I don't remember. What was it? It was, maybe if I see the panels again, it might remind me or might jog my memory. Sorry for this fast scrolling. Oh, I remember what it was. I think I was like, what if I think Soo-young is leaning more towards the fact that if everyone that Doksha cares about dies, then he would be dead. In her meaning of like looking at death, not in a literal sense, looking at it from a different way. But I was thinking like, what if they said it's a being, so it's not a person or whatever, or if it's not explicitly like a human or whatever, it could be something else. I was thinking like, what if it was like the Dokkaebi you sung, whatever it's gonna be. Whatever like you sung's gonna be. I wonder if it's something like that where it'll be like the end or something. I don't know. I usually only ever read like the first one and I skim it. Okay. It's like a chapter. We had to confirm that that it was something that was censored by the Starstream, and it was censored for the both of them, and that it had to be something about the end of scenarios, which is something that Doksha doesn't say out loud. He says it in his brain, but it counteracts what Reinheit says. So Reinheit's like, there's no end to the scenarios. It's a never-ending hell, etc., etc. Basically justifying what he's doing here at Paradise. But for Doksha to be like, whatever he said must be about the end of scenarios. So I don't know if the end of scenarios means that there is an end, like there is a final scenario, or if it means events that lead up to just the scenarios being over. I'm more so leaning towards, for the constellations to be talking about it, I'm more so leaning towards it being a final scenario. And then I think we also, well, we can't say that necessarily, but we know whenever you get to the end, right? We know that whenever we get to the end, Doksha's like, that's it? Which I always every now and again think about that. Like, what could be for him to be like, that's it for the ending? What could it be? That I'm not sure. So I don't know. 99% sure that Jungkook is gonna cause his death as an incarnation by making him a full constellation. But that kind of seems too obvious. Okay. I don't like how ominous end of scenario sounds. Yeah, end of scenario sounds like the end of time. That's what it feels like. Like it's gonna be all over, like at the end of scenarios. But we also know that Doksha he wants to make a new end. So however it's gonna end, he wants to change it. Whatever that is, but he's gonna do it. Yeah, good chapter. I like HUIWON. I like that Doksha gave her the breadcrumbs so that she can make her own decision. Even though it's like, come this way, and then he kind of like leaves. So like she's wandering in that direction, and then it's just like, boop, 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 boop. She's just, all right, I'm going that way for sure. I'm going that way for sure. I was lost a little bit, but I got drugged to this direction. So I like when she made the choice to fight back, because for her, being this incarnation, to be looking at like evil incarnate, to be looking at this individual that's doing these heinous things, and to stand up in front of them and be like, I'll fight. I'll fight. I love it. It's like, it's such a great moment. It's such a great moment for her. I like the focus she's gotten in like the last 10-ish chapters. You think Doksha loves Jungkook? Probably. probably retyping it as you may miss it. In many novels, transcendence comes after maximizing all stats and level in a system. Gotcha. I mean, he's the protagonist of his favorite novel. That's literally, yeah, it's literally right. Just read 195. Okay. Gotcha, Barry. Good chapter. I'm excited. I want more. That's the thing with this series. I want more. I always want more. I know that there's a few more out there that are available, but I can wait. Now, I think reading last week and this week's chapter together would have been really good. It would have been really good because just last week's alone was just like, ah. But this one, it's just like, all right, Jungkook's here. It's like I'm itching to know more, but I'm not itching to where I'm pissed off that I want to keep going. So that's a good feeling. It's a good chapter. I'm satiated for the time being. I'll be fine. I'll be held over until next Tuesday. I'm happy. I'm happy. But man, I just wonder where this is going to go. I don't know where it's going to go. I have no idea where it's going to go. Chungyak has reached transcendence. Doksha's already a constellation. Sooyoung is still snarky as ever. Man. I liked how much this arc touches on is the bad guy really evil type story because I actually don't hate Reinhardt. I don't. I'm glad. I feel like with how he's introduced, for me, it was clear as day that he was. I'm like this guy's probably evil as hell, and then it's like, oh yeah, he is evil. So he's one of the 10 evils. And when he finally gets to talking, it's just like this guy's like he's slick with his words. He has a way of talking. You can see why people would listen to him, and they do a good job at towing the line and not making him feel pathetic whenever he explains why he did Paradise, because that's a situation where you easily could be like, really, dude? Like, I could see some people looking at him as being like pathetic, as a whiny baby. Oh, your friends died, you got beat up, you tucked your tail between your legs and you ran off, so you didn't have to deal with whatever that was to keep going with the scenarios. Especially being in it like a being like yourself, like one of these 10 evils. So it's like I can see some people looking at it like that. I don't, mind you, I don't. But I can see some people looking at it like that, and I'm glad that they told that line where it's just like, if you want to think that way, you can, but I don't. And you can be supported in that. You can be supported in not feeling like him being that way. So, but then what adds to that is the fact that his motivations by not experiencing that again and to keep this place safe no matter what, I can see why he does it, especially when Doksha's like, well, we know it's like Doksha's not going to stop, and we know that he has like the special key to get through everything. But for him to be like, yeah, this guy is formidable, like kind of like the confirmation of this guy is this strong, and there's no telling if Doksha or whoever going up against like the scenario, if they're going to experience the same thing he did. But whatever is up ahead is going to be really tough. So I think it sets it up well to the point where I can get behind this guy and why he's doing what he's doing, even though what he's doing is very and very disgusting, and it's very manipulative. I see it, but I like it. I don't like it, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean. So, excuse me. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Trying to maximize my time. Get in here, read a chapter, punch in, punch out. I have a gut feeling that Doksha will need to spend one of his lives on the next scenario. Even Reinhardt was, yeah. It's like whatever is up next is really, really, really difficult for someone like Reinhardt. Granted, what happened was 700 years ago, but still, for him to tuck his tail and be like, I'm never leaving this place because I'm not going through that again, and to create paradise and go through all of the lengths that he's going through to stay here. Whatever's up next is extremely difficult. It has to be extremely difficult. It can't be a cakewalk. It cannot be a cakewalk. It has to be something that's very difficult. And I wonder, bring up the lie, I wonder if him dying and possibly having another, I don't know if that'll be possible, but I'm wondering like if his death were to happen again, he starts using like first person viewpoint, all that stuff. Would that grant him another visit with the fourth wall? I know that was because of traversing in between the minds of Jung-Yak and Nirvana and himself and all this stuff. I know it was a combination of all that stuff which led us to be able to do that, but I wonder if there's going to be some weird thing that's going to happen or some weird resonance, because this would be his first death as a constellation. So I wonder if anything will be different. Do wonder that. Yeah. I'm not used to this. I think that's it. I think that's all I got. I don't think I have anything else. Thank you guys. I hope so. Thank you. I appreciate you all for stopping by. Have a good one. Have a good rest of your week. And hopefully, God willing, see you guys right back here next Tuesday for 188 of Omniscient Reader. So again, thank you. Appreciate you, and I'll see you. Peace out.